George Kilpatrick, Inspiration for the Nation, celebrating people we feel good about. JB McCampbell is with the 100 Black Men. I hang out with them too on occasion. And they are having a great event on Saturday, June 7th. JB, tell us what is happening.
Okay. It's hard to believe that after all of these years, we're now to the 16th edition of the Winston Gaskin Walk, Community Walk for Health and Wellness. And it's coming up on Saturday, June 7th. So not too much longer, but it's an event that obviously after 16 years, it's gone through a lot of evolutions. But the last few years, and again, this year we'll be back at Kirk Park. It's a 3.2 mile walk from Kirk Park along the Onondaga Creek Walk from the south side. So we'll have folks walking from Kirk Park all the way to West Onondaga Street. And one of the things that I know about the walk is that just that portion of the program uh, to me, it's invigorating. Every time I go along that path, I am just astounded that the sights that you can see is not something that you would normally expect in Syracuse and maybe that side of Syracuse. But it's something that I look forward to every year. And I think a lot of the people who've come year after year do. So, the walk is something that we try to put a focus on for folks to just encourage them to have a healthy lifestyle. And from some years, we kind of put the spotlight on different health ailments and disparities that disproportionately affect the Black community. That's been a big part of what we've done. This year, what's going to be different is that we're going to have more of a youth element to it. We have a youth program that we call YEP, which stands for Youth Empowerment Program. And so those are generally elementary age kids that have enrolled in that program. Been a weekly program or every other week, and they normally have a year end celebration, and it just so happens that their year end celebration coincides to this new date that we've set this year for the Gaskin Walk. Primarily, we've had it in the fall, in September or even early October. But this year, we made a change to try to encourage even more people to come to the walk by having it at a time of the year that we hope the weather is going to be very good. And there's another thing that we've changed is the time. So we're going to be starting at noon.
Instead of
Uh,
the morning.
yeah, rather than 9 in the morning. So we're hoping that these changes that we're making will draw more people to the walk and to check out also because we do invite nonprofit organizations and even some governmental agencies to table at the walk and provide information. And these are primarily the folks that we're going to have there kind of like oriented towards health issues anyway. So we try to combine all of that while also honoring the legacy of Winston Gaskin, who the walk is named after.
So we show up at Kirk Park in Syracuse, and then we're at the pavilion over that way.
Yes, at there's a where there's tennis courts. I'm sorry, basketball court that is there that's covered by a roof. And so that's where we have as our staging area. And that's where a lot of the activity where we'll assemble and gather and take registrations and then from there leave for the walk. And then when folks return, there'll be a short program. Folks will have a chance to get refreshments, to talk to our community partners, and then have fun. We're going to have music playing, and so we want to make this really a fun event for the family. We'll have some games for kids there. So it's really an event that's kind of evolved over time, but each year we try to make it, even if it's at the same location, we try to have some new element to it. And so we will have that again this year.
Of course, Kirk Park is located between Kirk Avenue and West Beard Avenue on Midland in Syracuse. So if you haven't been there before, and shame on you if you haven't. But that's how you get to the park, just in case you don't know. I never assume. And this is one of the things I find about Syracuse. We just never say where things are. We just assume everybody knows where they are. And so we want to make sure we know that. So do people have to register if they want to walk as well?
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, we do encourage pre-registrations. Of course, admission has always been free to this event, but we do encourage people to register beforehand. If you go to our website, 100blackmensyr.org, you'll see a link, and there's access to take you to an event online page for the walk, and from there you can register in advance for the walk. And but we'll also, for those who don't get a chance to do that, who show up, they'll have an opportunity to
Now,
register at the park.
now, do you have to walk at noon, or can you do it at any part between noon and 4 when the event is scheduled?
Well, we generally like to have for this event, folks
Start at.
depart at the same time.
Mhm.
I mean, folks are, of course, are free. You know, some folks may show up, and we've had this happen
Well,
before.
yeah.
Show up a little late, and but they do go for the walk, which is
Well, and
wonderful
y'all,
to
they're gonna be going at 4 o'clock, so don't trip. Don't think you come in there at 4:30 and they're gonna still be there. They're not.
see.
Now, the other thing is, I mentioned that because there are a number of events on that same day. So my suggestion is start your day with the Winston Gaskin Walk for Wellness. Start your day with that, and then after you get your walk in, you're free to meander about for all the other. There's a lot of things going on that day, but you can start with the 100 Black Men and get your walk in. Visit the community stations. Will you have blood pressure checks and things like that?
This year we don't have that plan, George, but
Okay,
you know what? We do accept all kinds of ideas for the walk, and
right.
so you know maybe that's an element we should have next year.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I asked that because I, whether it's at this event, what I'm saying to folks is, whenever you have the opportunity to get a health screening in public, do it, because I have found I've had things caught while I just going to random screenings. Oh,
Mhm.
this, oh that, and things, and I've had to address some of those things that I have experienced at some of the public health screenings. So that's really all I was basically saying is,
Yeah.
whenever you get a chance to walk or experience a public health, take advantage of that opportunity. So 100 Black Men, the number 100, not 100 spelled out, but 100 Black Men, SYR.org, to register, pre-register for the event. And there'll be a special focus on youth. And will there be any vittles available?
Well, there'll be some. We always have refreshments for folks to come out with. One thing that I did want to make sure that I mention is that uh, we're later in about in July, we're going to have a series that we're going to host Zumba
Oh,
activity, and so the
where will that
first
be?
that will start on July 12th, and we're working on the location right now, so we should have a location finalized soon for that.
Mm-hmm.
Be hearing more about that. The person who's going to be leading that Zumba instructor, her name is Ebony Unique. She will be at the Gaskin Walk at the very beginning when you come in at noon, before we have folks just take off on the trail there. They'll get an opportunity to warm up, and so we've arranged for her to do a warm up activity using Zumba.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not familiar with Zumba, Zumba incorporates dance with kind of a very, uh, it can be as strenuous as you want it, cardio routine. So you can kind of get a sampling of what to expect during our series that we're going to have this summer.
All right. So before you do your Zumba, do the walk. June 7th at the Kirk Park, south side of Syracuse, right on Midland Avenue. Just drive down Midland and you'll find it. And check out the 100 Black Men, pre register and support this event. But more importantly, let's be mindful of our health and wellness in the community. 100blackmensyr.org. Support the event. And then you have there's a golf tournament coming up as well.
And I'm glad that you brought that up because I would be remiss if I didn't mention our scholarship golf tournament. This is an event that we will be holding for the third consecutive year at Skinny Atlas Country Club on September 15th. It's a Monday. I know that's a little unusual, but we've gotten such positive response from the first two that we've done that we're holding it again. The money is used to provide scholarships and also to help fund some of the programs that we do. So we do use the funds that we raise for that purpose. And so it's an opportunity to have a whole lot of fun, even if you don't golf. It's being out there on such a lovely course, getting again fresh air, just like at the Gaskin Walk. You're getting fresh air, you're getting some exercise in, and also it's a good cause. And so,
Right.
so we do encourage folks to come to that event as well. So as you can see, we have a number of different things that we have planned for the spring and the summer, and so really looking forward to it.
All right, 100 Black Men in Syracuse, 100blackmensyr.org. Mark your calendars for June 7th at the Kirk Park for the Winston Gaston Walk and Community Wellness. All right, with that being said, JB McCampbell is joining us from 100 Black Men. JB, thank you so much. And we'll see you on the 7th of June.
All right. See you then.
Inspiration for the Nation.